Shalom everyone. Adonai oz le'amo yiten, and with that strength, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Parashat Vayeira, Tafshin Pei. Two parshiot, Lech Lecha and Vayeira, show us pictures from the life of Avraham Avinu, and each picture is teaching us something for our lives. In Parashat Lech Lecha, Avraham starts walking on his path. He goes to Eretz Canaan. He calls out Hashem's name. He settles the land and other things. In Parashat Vayeira, we meet Avraham turning to Hashem. Maybe Hashem will be merciful and will not destroy Sodom. The pasuk says Avraham omed lifnei Hashem, is standing before Hashem. The rabbis tell us that standing means tefillah. But the first time that we see the word tefillah in the Torah is later on in the parasha, where Hashem says to Avimelech, the king of Gerar, Avraham is a prophet, he will pray for you. And later on it says, Vayitpalel Avraham el Elohim, Avraham prayed to Hashem, and Hashem healed Avimelech. So, how many times did we find Avraham praying in Parashat Lech Lecha? That's right, 0. But in Parashat Vayeira, we find Avraham praying. Rabbi Yitzchak Arama, who lived in Spain in the 15th century, sees this as one of the examples that shows us that from trial to trial, Avraham has many challenges. From challenge to challenge, from trial to trial, Avraham is growing and strengthening. We meet Avraham Avinu, and we think that he was born Avraham Avinu, but no. He grew from trial to trial until he became Avraham Avinu. Avraham reaches faith in Hashem, but that's one stage, and that doesn't automatically bring a person to realize that you can turn to the Creator. You believe in a Creator doesn't mean you automatically understand you can turn to Him in prayer. That's another level of development of Avraham's emunah. Avraham is teaching us, amongst other things, how a person who has emunah, who has faith in Hashem, doesn't just settle with what he has. He tries to grow, make his emunah deeper and greater. Another thing that we learn from Avraham. And Avraham elevates and connects with what is beyond the human abilities of tefillah. Avraham also uses his human abilities. In Parashat Lech Lecha, we see that he is a shepherd. He settles the land. He goes to war and redeems hostages. But also in Parashat Vayeira, after Avraham learned how he can connect to powers through tefillah, to powers that are greater than human abilities, Avraham continues also to use his human abilities. He continues to do business with the people who live in the land, and he creates relationships with them. Avraham knows that he doesn't have to separate between these two different abilities. Some of our brothers today want to make such a separation. If you connect to the powers that are greater than those of a human being through Torah study and through tefillah, then we shouldn't be using our human abilities. Avraham Avinu does not make that separation. Avraham knows what the prophet Yirmiyahu says towards the end of Perek Tet. I am Hashem who practices kindness, justice, and righteousness in the land, for these are the things that I desire, says Hashem. Avraham knows, like the Rambam at the end of Moreh Nevuchim, the Guide of the Perplexed, after a whole book teaching us how to become close to Hashem, the Rambam ends the whole book quoting this pasuk from Yirmiyahu, telling us that a person who is close to Hashem follows in Hashem's ways. You connect to Hashem, to a power that is way beyond human abilities, but you follow in His ways and perform human actions of justice, kindness, and righteousness in the land. This is a lesson from Avraham Avinu. Shabbat Shalom.